Hello once again everybody, this lesson is for When the Curtain Falls by Greta Van Fleet. Alright, to kick this bad boy off, we just start with a crash cymbal and then we're playing quarter notes with the left foot for 2 bars. Then we're straight into a 4-bar riff section before we hit the verse, and we're going to use these 4 bars a few times every time the riff comes up in the song. We continue the next 4 bars in verse 1 with a really similar beat, so I'll play through those for you now. So the main difference between those 4 bars and the first 4 bars is just that very last bar just changes up a little bit. So try and nail that if you're trying to get it exactly like the song. Moving on, we're up to the pre-chorus and we've got 2 bars that we loop a bunch of times, so I'll play through those now. Play through those 2 bars 3 times, and then the 4th time through it's similar, but we've got a little fill at the end. So that drag in the fill, I start with my left hand and it's just a quick 2 notes. If you can just squeeze your fingers, that'll make all the difference. Squeeze them real quick, get that double out, and then just play through those 16th notes. Now we're up to our first chorus and we've got some really nice hits up on the crash cymbals that follow along with the rest of the band. So let me play through a couple of bars at a time, just slowly. And here's the next 4 bars of that chorus. That is a big chunk of the song out of the way. We've got the riff section, the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus under our belts. We're going to reuse them, but there are a couple of different changes, so let me go through from the riff section again after the first chorus. The main difference I hear in that second riff section and verse is that we're not really playing those buzzed ghost notes at the end of the bar anymore. We're just keeping them nice and clean. It's a very small detail, but if you want to grab it, definitely worth a look. Moving on, we're into our verse, and it's nearly identical as the first verse. I'll just play the last couple of bars going into the pre-chorus. The pre-chorus is just the same as the first time we played it, but the fill at the end is different, so I'll play it once through those 2 bars that we're going to loop in the pre-chorus, and then I'll play the final 2 bars of the pre-chorus. Now we're up to our second chorus, and there are different fills right throughout this section, so let me go through it piece by piece so that you can grab it. And the next 4 bars slowly first. After that second chorus, we're up to our bridge, and everything gets a little bit washy for a second. We're over on the ride cymbal playing a really nice chilled out groove, and then eventually we're going to move over to the hats. So first, this ride cymbal part. Still in our bridge, we take that same pattern and move it over to the hi-hats instead. And the next 4 bars end with a great fill. For that last fill, I start the drag with my left hand, which puts the main stroke on my right hand, but then the next group of notes, I start with my left hand, and then the next group of notes after that, I start with my left hand as well. That way I'm just kind of leading with the right hand, and I'm ready to launch onto a crash cymbal for the guitar solo, which comes up next. Alright, now it's guitar solo time, and in the drums, it's based pretty much on the chorus, and so we've got a lot of those hits and a lot of fills leading up to those hits. So let me play through the first 4 bars now. And then I reckon we should build things up and move the next 4 bars up onto the crash cymbal, so they'll sound like this. We keep that same kind of feel going for 2 more bars, and then the last 2 bars of the bridge go like this. Alright, now we're into our third and final chorus. I'll break it down piece by piece once again, because although the groove stays pretty much the same, the fills have definitely changed. Check it out. And here's the next 4 bars. And the last 4 bars of the song are just the riff section from the very beginning, so I'll just play through those really quickly for you now. And there we go, that is When the Curtain Falls by Greta Van Fleet. I hope that's been really helpful. It's a great song to play along to, and it shouldn't be too hard to learn because the sections really make a lot of sense. We've got that riff section, the verses, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. Once you have all that locked down, the song should come together pretty easily. So happy practicing, everybody. I'll see you at the next lesson.